Good afternoon and welcome to Share Talk. Our guest today is very priceless and very precious. Shefa Yamim. They have a project in northern Israel and they've discovered rubies, sapphires, diamonds, and a whole host of other gems. And here to tell us all about it is diamond mining expert James Campbell, who is also the CEO of Botswana Diamonds. He is non-executive director of the company. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you very much indeed, Bonnie, for having me.
So this very exciting new project that you're working with, please tell us what's been going on with the company.
Bonnie, it's a fascinating company. Shefa Yamim is a precious stones explorer and developer in northern Israel. And what we're doing at the moment is we're developing a resource, i.e. looking at the size of the deposit, the grade of the deposit and the value of the deposit in the Kishon Mid-Reach project area just east of Mount Carmel, with a view to trial mining next year and commercial mining the year thereafter.
That's very exciting, and I understand that you've done quite a bit of bulk sampling on Zone 1 and boreholes, as well as there was results of 5 samples, bulk sampling done on Zone 2, and you're planning to go back into Zone 3 and 2.
That's absolutely correct. The whole process around bulk sampling is to deliver a maiden inferred resource. And in precious stones, just like diamonds, you need to know the size of the deposit, how many cubic meters of gravel there is. You need to know the number of carats. And with us, we have a gem box of jewels. As you quite rightly said, we have an abundance of different minerals, 11 to be true, and we have to be able to identify the number of carats in each of those samples to give us the total carat weight of each of those minerals within the deposit itself. And then the third and final leg is to value those jewels, but we can talk about that in a moment.
And I understand that you've hired a project management and engineer company to help file a report in August. What will that report contain?
This is a technical and economic evaluation. It's being done by Paradigm Project Management, which is led by Jeremy Clark, who was the founding CEO of Gemfields. So he has enormous gem experience, and he was also the consulting metallurgist for De Beers, so immense diamond experience. And the board is of a very firm view. You need to get what we call front-end thinking done right away in terms of how to mine, how to process, how to rehabilitate, what is your mining plan, what is your manning plan, and then to get indicative estimates around capital and operating costs. And this is what will be contained in the TEE published at the end of August.
And like Gemfields, I understand that the company wants to become sort of an integrated company where they do the polishing, the cutting, and the marketing and selling of the gemstones all under one company.
Yes, that indeed may be the case, but we may also have strategic alliances with experts in that area. It is not just a simple matter of cutting and polishing one of the gems. For example, the Campbell sapphire, which is completely unique to this project. We need to bear in mind that we have a whole mineral assemblage, moissanite, garnet, spinel, which can be found in the crown jewels. We have all these minerals together. And then secondly, they come from the Holy Land. So there is a huge market premium which can be attached to these minerals in their combined and collective form in unique pieces of jewelry that come from the Holy Land.
And why Israel? Like, it's a very unusual place to have a mining project. I don't know of too many other mining projects that are in Israel at the moment.
Well, Bonnie, I think you're absolutely right. I don't know of any either. And I think there is obviously a roadstone and quarrying business there because of construction and road building and such like. But I'm not familiar with many other projects as such. But the discovery of minerals in Mount Carmel basically came from a rabbinic prophecy. And that rabbinic prophecy has come to be true and has been verified and has people like myself working on it, Professor Mike DeWitt, Professor Bill Griffin. And the origin of these minerals comes from complex volcanics sitting in Mount Carmel, which is part of a Rift Valley system.
It sounds a bit like a fairy tale.
Well, in fact, if you think about it, that many people consider that most obvious mineral deposits have already been found. So in order to find the next new mineral deposit, whether it's precious stones, diamond, gold, coal, it doesn't really matter. You do really need to have out-of-the-box thinking.
And the plan is to put a compliant resource out as soon as possible. Are you working towards that?
We are working towards that, but as you would know, in the alluvial diamond mining space, you typically actually commence trial mining before you actually declare an inferred resource, and that is because of the relative abundance of the minerals within the deposit itself. So the plan is to work towards an inferred resource, and we're already far along that track with regard to both the grade and the volume variable. We've still got lots of work to do on the pricing variable, but we may well go straight into trial mining to deliver the abundance of minerals necessary to give the required confidence in terms of SAMREC for an inferred resource.
And your cash at the moment is enough to take you to the trial mining situation?
No, it's not enough to go all the way to the trial mining. We listed it on the London Stock Exchange at the end of last year, and we set out a plan for this year, which was to do the bulk sampling, which we've reported on, to do a technical economic evaluation, which we're going to report on shortly, and then also to give preliminary indications around the jewel's value. So that is all on time and on budget.
Well, considering that Gemfields is no longer trading on exchange and has been taken private, it seems that you'll probably be the only listed sort of gemstone company on the exchange.
I think we'll certainly be the only multi-commodity gemstone company listed on this exchange. I believe there are other one or two companies perhaps on other exchange which may be focusing on minerals such as ruby or sapphire alone, but I think you're quite right, yes.
And it's nice not to have a lot of competition when you're the best one on the block.
Well, it is that, but it's also, you know, the opposite side of that is persuading people that this is a viable, unique, and very exciting project too.
Well, I know as a female, as a woman, we definitely love our gemstones. And especially when someone else buys them for us.
Don't look at me.
And so what can we expect in news flow coming forward?
Well, the first and most important piece of news flow will be the results of the technical economic evaluation, which can be expected towards the end of next month, and that'll give indicative operating and capital costs. Shortly thereafter, we'll start to announce results of our cutting, polishing, and valuing of the mineral suite itself. And that'll be a progression of announcements which go forward until the end of the year. Then, of course, the third one will be continual updates on our bulk sampling, in particular zones 2 and 3 of the Kishon Mid-Reach project.
And I suppose there's still some bulk sampling results to come out on Zone 2 because only 5 have been put out so far?
That's correct, yes. And the process is ongoing as we speak.
And you're into Zone 3 already, or is that up and coming?
That'll take place towards the end of the year.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and I can't wait to hear some more news about more discoveries of all the lovely gems that you have there. So please come back and give us an update on the progress of the company. Thanks, James.
I was delighted to do so, Bonnie. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Share Talk, and have a very profitable day.